Warning. The Dragon Between podcast may contain language and adult humor that is unsuitable for those 13 years and younger. Viewer discretion is advised. You're listening to the Dragon Between podcast, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign set in the Eberron pulp fantasy setting created by Keith Baker. New episodes are recorded every Sunday and released on the following week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for clips and future episodes. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for updates and news on the podcast. And now on with the show! When we last met, the characters had just finished sweeping one of the levels of the airship known as the Cloud's Destiny. And were shocked when they discovered a diminutive kobold with a strange pyramidal stone box that suddenly activated and teleported the group somewhere that was not the airship. The group then found themselves crawling through tunnels of dry, cracked earth and fighting strange creatures and mimics and oozes and trying to make sense of this strange place that they had been transported to. The kobold explained to the group that he was a member of the Order of Orion and that he was investigating disturbances of the elemental nature within the countryside, and that he had been traveling to Korth and Karnath when he was suddenly no longer in control of his senses and realized that he was staring at a group of strangers. The group welcomed this new individual into their ranks and trying to make sense of this place that they've been transported to after dealing with various horrifying creatures, and they pressed on through the tunnels and watched in horror as one of their own fell through a weak flooring structure into a deep pit. As they began to pull their wounded companion out of the pit, the group stood on the dry, cracked earth of this narrow 10-foot wide tunnel, listening to the sounds of movement in the distance.
What do you see up front, Ender?
Ender, as you
What
are...
do I see? What do I see? I see nothing but black.
Ender, as you're being pulled out of the... and hauled up back onto the dry, cracked earth, you see your worried looks of your companions.
I'm panicking too. I just saw my family.
Your family? Are you all right? Is your...
Down in that hole.
What?
Oh, it can't be real. It can't be real. Ender looks extremely distraught. Not just injured and broken and hurt, but I guess this is the most worried you've ever seen him. He looks the most worried.
There is a sound that sort of echoes from behind you, Ender, beyond the pit, beyond the end of the tunnel which curves northward. You just hear this echoing noise that sounds very familiar. You just hear a diminutive sound of a child saying, "Father?" Sound echoes out from the chamber beyond.
Is that over the pit trap?
Beyond the pit and around the corner to the north.
Can I run down that? Can I run around the pit?
The pit covers the sides of the walls. It would be difficult, but you could try to jump it. It is 20 foot long, so it'd be pretty difficult to jump over. However, you do have several friends who have the ability to fly.
I'm going to point down the hall and announce to my team that I need to go down that hall. Let's continue quickly.
And Zito is going to place a hand on Ender. He's going to cast Jump on him.
Ender's jumping right over that hole.
Okay.
All right. So your jump distance is tripled.
Haha. Well, in that case, Ender doesn't even have to roll. You guys just watch him as he just like Superman's over that hole to the other side. And let me share the map again with you guys.
I look back at my party and tell them to throw me a rope.
I'll grab Eli and Ori and
Do I have a rope in my pack?
I pulled the rope out of my pack and put it down to Ender. Can you read?
We might not even have to, actually. Everyone can just fly over.
Hey, guys, Koratari just spoke, and I did not hear her. She was very quiet. I don't know if the rest of you caught that she was speaking.
I didn't hear anything.
I think she
I heard her very faintly, but I don't think anyone else heard her. Just barely.
really
If you
quiet.
can get closer, that'd be good.
You got a piece of sand or something stuck in your microphone.
Blow it out, but not with the mic on.
Nothing you can try is logging in and logging back out. That might help.
Hello.
Hello.
Much better.
Okay, good. Koratari looked at Zito and said, "Hey, come on, little guy," and flew him over on her broom.
Okay.
Zito is going to hang on for dear life.
Koratari reaches out. The silver-haired monk grabs you, lifts you up onto her broom, and then zooms over the pit.
Eli, did you bring
Don't worry, I'm an
Lathana?
excellent driver.
Everybody left Lathana behind.
I think Lathana's on Eli's rug.
Eli has a rug.
No, I
Disc, sorry.
I was
imagine
told by
maybe
Gunny.
Knight's here.
Gunny
Oh,
brought me
you were.
over.
You guys just kind of said, "See you, Lathana."
Hey guys! Hello!
Can I carry Lathana on my broom too? I mean, like, can I go back and get her? I don't know if I can. If it'll hold two people, like four broom people.
I don't think it can hold two medium-sized people. But let me.
I'll
Gunny
go over and
back.
I'll pick her up. Jeez. Come here. I'm gonna
This is where it ends for you,
give you a
Lathana.
big hug when you're coming over.
He finally got his hug.
Thanks, Gunny.
Aw.
So, yeah, you did. Ender, you've been doing a great job leading us so far, but I don't want you to fall in another pit. Someone else who can see further ahead.
That's a great point, Lathana. But we need to hurry.
I can see quite far, but I'm a bit squishy, if you get what.
Well, I can carry you and you can look.
Well, that's creative. Sure, I don't mind, as long as I don't catch my head on the ceiling or some kind of creature on the ceiling.
Be bad luck for them.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing is real, but we need to hurry if it is. real.
What do you see? And she goes to the front with
I saw
gun.
my family down that hole, and then my child laughing in the distance. Did you not hear that?
So, Lithana and Gunthril, as you walk around the corner, you see someone at the far end of the tunnel, a diminutive form that very quickly heads to the south. Looks like a child. From this distance in the dark, though, you like the tunnel continues on east,
Okay.
and they see at the end of the
Child running
tunnel
down
a
towards
child running south at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, at the end of the long tunnel?
Yeah, at the end of this tunnel that you're in.
Alright, oh, continue flying. Or hovering down.
We're staying together too,
Okay.
close by. If we could move everyone together as a unit, if we can.
As we're moving, Lithana can see up to 90 feet ahead, so she will be calling out what she sees.
Okay.
Also traps.
That's
Ender grabs his bag and he's like, traps.
Everybody leaves Eli behind.
He's got a mouse button.
You hear that. You all hear now the sound of a child echoing still, saying, "Father, where are you? Where's Mother?"
Well, Ender really, really wants to find out where that voice is coming from.
Okay. Ender, as you turn around the corner, you see a strange sight. You see what appears to be a mangy cat sitting at the far end of the tunnel, licking its paw and staring at you.
I'm going to stare back at it.
The appearance of this creature is odd indeed. As it's licking its paw, you can see that it suddenly has a pair of wings that unfurl out from its back, and like it's stretching them one at a time and like extending its feathers out. And then you can see it's now licking its wing.
It's licking its wing?
Yeah, it's like it's grooming itself.
I get you. I understand. That's terrifying. I'm gonna look
And-
back at Lithana and say, continue leading the way.
The cat just sort of stops after grooming itself for a while and is just looking in your direction, sitting on its hindquarters, pointed straight ahead. It's sort of a floofy grayish color. From this distance,
Can
all you can really make out are
can-
shades of gray.
Are we going to approach that thing?
Can I see it any better?
Can I see it at all? I feel like I can't because I'm behind a wall.
Well, Ender's slow moving, so I don't know if he's moving forward or not.
Ender has stopped in his tracks. Lufana, you can see at the end of the hall. If the light is not being projected, you can see that this creature is sitting there. It has something in the middle of its forehead, between its eyes.
I was gonna keep running to the sound of my son's voice, but
Yeah, the sound of
this
your
kid
son's
just
voice
stopped.
has been silenced.
Can I make it out on what it's on its forehead?
that wasn't me. Whoever just moved me.
I moved you out of the way.
Okay. You moved me closer. Don't move me down a hall, please. Especially one that hasn't been touched by traps yet.
Well, you ran by us. I was like, oh, you want to take the lead again? Fall in a hole!
No. The kitten has stopped me in my track.
Gunny pushes him into the hole.
Exactly.
No.
Get out of the way, damn it.
So yeah, you see this. You all see now, as I'm assuming you've all moved your lantern light to extend out and reveal the end of this tunnel. You can all clearly see now a strange-looking cat. And I will share an image with you. Looks like that. Only this particular one is a bit mangier, darker fur, and it has a sort of a purplish black gemstone embedded in its forehead.
Yeah, there's a familiar for your healing.
I don't trust it.
And Kevin, would
Nothing
you like to
like
join
that.
us?
I was
Well, I don't trust any of you either. Matter of fact, I think it's quite rude that all of you are sitting there staring at me such. Are you normally so afraid?
Oh my gosh, it talks.
Kill it!
Don't kill it, don't kill it.
Oh, please do.
I'm sorry, you want to die?
I'd just like to see you try.
Alright. No kidding anyone. Are you friend or foe?
I'm me. Who are you?
We're a motley group of adventurers.
Motley.
And everybody's having problems with their mics tonight. I can barely hear you either, Sabrina.
Yeah, I turned her up all the way.
I will switch.
Can I study this cat creature and see if I can identify it?
You'd have to get much closer to it.
So you're just going to venture forward a bit more.
You can make a nature check.
I think we all should slow. Holy
That's a
shit.
natural
Yes.
20.
Yeah.
Zito, you're familiar with these types of creatures. This appears to be a creature that is referred to as a tressum. And they're typically thought to be the result of wizardly experimentation on house cats. You've never heard of one that speaks, though.
Zito's going to take another step forward and says, "Who was your master? Do you have a name?"
My name is Cat. And I am my master. Who would you call master, little kobold?
Raises a good question, Zeno. Who is your master?
Well, it depends on what topic we're discussing.
Seems there may be some mistrust amongst you and your allies, as motley as you may be.
There's no mistrust. I just have multiple masters. I got a master for wizardry. I got a master for my my artificer. I got plenty of masters. I got masters for languages. You gotta be more specific on what master we're talking.
Oh, so when you say master, you mean more like in a training type of way.
Yes, I refer to my masters in terms of training, but in the way that I'm trying to convey it is, who was your owner, Cat?
I am my owner. Do you have an owner?
No, I do not have an owner.
Do any of you have owners?
Not anymore.
That's actually a very good question. But, Cat,
Yes.
master of one, as you call yourself, do you know your way around this place?
Oh, I am the master of myself, but I am not the master of one. And yes, I know my way around here quite well.
How did you get to this place?
I was brought here. called might be more specific.
Do you know how to leave?
Yes.
Will you tell us?
No. You'll understand. I'm taking great enjoyment out of seeing exactly how you handle your predicament.
I'm going to ask him about my son. Do you hear that boy crying in the distance?
I've heard many voices crying in the distance, but not one specific to you. Is there one in particular you were looking for?
No. I think I was just hearing things, seeing things. This place is magical in nature.
I find a lot of things are magical in nature. Tell me more about what it is you seek.
A way out of here? Do you know the way out?
Oh, that's a simple request. Yes, I do. No, I'm not telling you.
Is there any way we can convince you to tell us?
I doubt it.
Are you gonna stop us?
No, I have no intention.
Can I use an insight check to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure, go ahead. Are you telling the truth, Kat?
Yeah. At this point in time, I have no interest in stopping them. I'm very interested in seeing which way they go from here, which I've already stated once before.
It says you're watching the cat is sitting at this junction point as the tunnel appears to continue on to the east and then immediately on down the south.
Well, perhaps we should move on if this so-called cat doesn't want to help us. It sounds like he wants to waste our time and play games.
I look back at you, Koratari, and I agree.
But he knows his way out of here. Maybe we should humor him. Cat? What do you like? What do you desire?
My desires are beyond your comprehension. Trust me. Right now, all I desire is to follow you and see which way you go. But if you're that indecisive, I will give you a slight hint. Take the southern tunnel.
What lies down the southern?
Just another destination. Or don't. Either way, I'll still enjoy the show.
Lithana kind of shrugs her shoulders and says, well, maybe we should move on.
Yes, let's go.
You watch as the strange fey-like monstrous creature, this cat with wings, suddenly unfurls his wings and lifts himself up off of the ground, and you could just hear the of his wings is beating. The lower half of his body just sort of dangling, his tail is twitching back and forth as he regards all of you at the end of the junction.
Connie, I guess lead the way, and I will look. Gunny?
What's that?
I guess lead the way and I will look ahead.
Alrighty.
Gunthril and Lithana, as you both begin to head south, you see that the tunnel continues on a bit, and then it immediately ends and appears to head eastward. The cat just sort of regards you as all of you begin to move. Are you all following within the same formation, like close knit, or are you letting them go ahead of you?
Zito's following.
Our
Okay.
marching order is tight, and I'll take the flank.
Okay.
When
And I
I
will be
pass the
following right behind.
when I pass the cat, I want to ask him, "Do you have a name?"
Yes, it's Cat.
Lovely.
And the cat just sort of regards you and flies after you all, staying not too far away. As you head around the corner, Lithana and Gunther, you see that the passageway continues a little bit and then abruptly ends and then heads southward. And then peering around the corner, you can see that the tunnel continues to twist on.
I'm keeping my eye out for the traps.
Okay. Are you using your passive perception, or would you like to roll on that?
Use my
What?
passive.
I'll roll, I guess.
What's your passive perception?
Like 14, I think?
Mine's 17.
Oh, no, 6. I'll use my passive.
And there you look backwards and you see that the flying cat is continuing to follow after your companions. You just hear the soft sound of the wings flapping behind you.
I'm gonna be trying to small talk with Cat.
Okay.
Cat, can you tell
Yes.
us anything about the dangers here?
Sure. What's your name?
Ender.
Well, Ender. I need a little information in return. Tell me of you and your companions. How well do you know them?
Well enough, I suppose.
Well enough. Sounds like you don't know them very well at all.
I'm gonna sigh at you.
Would you call them your friends?
Alright, well, I tried initiating small talk with the cat behind me, but it's asking me really vague questions and scaring me. So I'm going to stop talking to it.
Okay.
Politely, of course.
So
Run
Lithana,
along, Leader.
Lithana,
Run
you
along.
notice that about halfway down this tunnel that you're heading down towards, the midway, you can see what looks like ash and faint burn marks in this area.
I call this out to the group. Ahead there are these seems to be some kind of burnt ashes and something like that ahead. Keep your eye.
Is it right about there, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's like the ashes are about 15 feet ahead of you where you're standing.
Does this remind me of anything?
Well, you do just look, giving a cursory look, you can see very faint, glowing, I wouldn't say glowing, but like faint marks on the ground. Can't quite make it out from this distance, though.
Hey, Connie, can we get a little closer?
And it's some sort of it almost looks like a mosaic Like there's runes cut underneath the ash in places. And as you're going directly over to the rune.
We're stopping about 5 feet away.
Okay. So say you're about there.
Okay, we're hovering.
Okay. And yeah, you both can clearly see these runes underneath the ash on the ground.
Well, Ender, that doesn't look very safe up there, does it?
No.
The cat is now.
Anything about this?
The cat is now hovering over right next to your ear. Ender.
I know a lot about this. Do you really trust your friends well enough to lead you through that hallway?
I'm gonna look at him suspiciously, and then look at my friend suspiciously, and then shush him. Shh.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I see him look at me and I just smile and wave.
I smiled back.
You see a bit of a flash of the cat's eyes as it looks at you, Ari. It's not unlike that of what you would see eye shine from an animal at night. Presumably this creature might have dark vision.
Zito is gonna pull out his water skin and pour some water on top of the runes.
Tell me, Ari, do you like cats?
We'll step back and let Zito do his thing.
What are you
Of course,
pouring?
I love cats, but I don't think you're a cat.
I'm pouring water on top of the runes to see if I can wash away some of that ash to identify that rune.
Okay. The water clears away the ash from the top of the runes, and you can make a religion check if you like.
It's a 19.
A 19. Okay. So studying the runes for a bit, Zito, you get a sense that if you were to deface a key rune on the perimeter of this glyph that is within reach from where you're standing, that you would be able to cause this trap to not go off. You'd be able to destroy the glyph.
Alright, give me one moment. And Zito's gonna go back and look through his inventory real quick and see if he can find anything that will chip away at some of these runes.
Okay.
He's gonna pull out his dagger and see if he can chip that away.
Sure. Now you're able to reach, even with your diminutive arm, you're able to reach out and scratch through the rune after studying this mosaic pattern of glyph on the ground. And as you do, there's a shower of sparks from the room where you scratched it out, and the glyph suddenly loses its luster. The little bit of a glint of almost like a mithril to the edges of the runes. It is no longer shining.
It looks like life wins out again. That has to be one of the smarter kobolds I've ever seen.
To make sure it worked, Zito's gonna push his pack onto the runes and hopefully they won't ignite.
Okay. Nothing happens. You do get a sense that there is there's a lot of ash here. You washed off most of it, but you can see on where the wall meets the ground, you can see where ash is piled up over time.
So it looks like there might be more runes down this hallway?
No, more likely this thing has been triggered many times.
Just a bit more. Zito's gonna walk 10 feet out that way.
Okay.
Wait, Zito, wait.
And as he does, he walks across the glyph, and with his materials hauling his pack on his back, you all watch Zito trots forward. Nothing happens.
It's safe, everyone.
For the moment.
What does that mean?
Lead the way then, Zito.
No. Zito, get behind us. You did great, but we need you.
So
I have
Kat
no
just said
intention
that.
of dying.
After Kat said that, I'm looking at my feet like I'm gonna fall through the floor again. So I'm like tiptoeing.
The flying cat just sort of hovers around you, Ender, regarding you. It almost looks like it arches an eyebrow. Gunthro, Lufana, as you look, the tunnel continues on southward, terminating at a wall. And you can see that just about halfway down, you can see where the tunnel appears to continue on to the west. And at the end of the hall, it seems to curve around to the east.
I'm constantly keeping my eye out for traps or anything.
Okay. When you both passed that opening, you saw that it continued on to the west. That little detour side tunnel. And as you hit the end of this section, you can see that the tunnel continues on and hits a wall, terminates, and then seems to curve upward to the north a bit.
I suppose we continue.
Okay.
You know, Ender, they probably shouldn't rush ahead so quickly.
As you hit the end of the tunnel, you can see that the tunnel continues on northward. And once again curves around the corner to the east. And now you're all starting to hear a faint noise. Not unlike when you were back at the first place that you saw when you arrived at this place. That low rumbling sound of bubbling magma. And you've also noticed that it's gotten significantly warmer.
Zito, you're ahead of me.
And Lathan, as you look around the corner, you can see that the tunnel continues on and then seems to curve a bit. And you can see a warm orange glow somewhere ahead. At the end of this long twisting tunnel, you can just see the darkness of these tunnels, no light sources, is gone. You can see now that there's some sort of a glow, this orange glow that illuminates the tunnel ahead of you.
I tell the group some kind of glow ahead, probably magma or the sort. Keep your wits about you.
I look back at Kat and I ask him, know anything about why it's getting hot, or just waiting for us to find out on it?
You're underneath the ground, and that's magma. That normally would make an area hot.
look away from him.
Is it not like that where you're from? Tell me, Ender, if you play with fire, do you not get burned?
Ender feels the chill run down his spine after hearing that.
You can all hear from this distance now the sound of the magma flow to the south from where you are currently.
Should we continue again?
Sure, we're not touching the ground.
Alright, I'll be the ice, just know.
So, Lithana and Gunthral, as you reach the end of this tunnel and you reach the source of this light, the tunnel opens up into a massive chamber. And you can see rivers of lava crisscrossing throughout this chamber. You can feel the heat, even from this distance. It's making you both sweat. And you can see that this appears to be some sort of a tube. As you look upwards, you can see that the walls stretch up into the darkness, out from beyond your ability to see where it goes, seeming to go straight upwards. Looking around the tunnel, you can see that there are branching tunnels in the distance, radiating all around the walls. From what you can see, there's at least 5 other tunnels within this chamber. But that's not the oddest thing that you see. You see at the center of this chamber, sitting on the edge of this lava river, a strange hut growing out of a gargantuan tree stump. And around this hut, you see muscular, red-haired children wandering the volcanic fields around it. And a few of them appear to be playing some sort of kind of game, kicking an oversized skull, missing its jawbone.
Is that one of the children you were looking for, Ender?
I know this place isn't as real as it looks, and I'm going to continue ignoring the cat.
It'll take a moment for me to reveal this part of the map to you guys because it's so big.
The dungeon master literally just said, "Excuse me while I whip this out."
Does the cat just tell me that just now? Would you
I
mean
don't-
Dungeon Master?
I don't know, does he?
You know. Tell me more. Tell me more, cat. What do you mean, Dungeon Master? Are you trying to tell me that we're all just players being played? We're just all NPCs being controlled by other players? What's going on?
You know, if this was the 1980s cartoon, then the answer to that would be yes, and then we would go on a grand adventure.
I've seen that. I'm extremely excited to be playing with Cat. I'm excited for the adventure I tell him about.
Hey,
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just making memes while he's revealing the map.
Eli, what do you make of this place?
Have I seen or heard or read anything about this kind of place or no?
You can make a history check.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So, this appears to be based on your best guess, Eli. This appears to be somewhere underground, potentially in the Underdark, also known as Kyber.
Yeah, I think we're in the Underdark. Underground, you know, lava is underground, dirt everywhere.
Does anyone have, are they from the Underdark or have experience with that type of...
I do.
Anyone else?
No.
The cat now flies past Ender's head, flying beyond Gunthral and Lafana towards the strange hut situated at the center of this chamber.
I don't know about you guys, but I think following that cat might be a bad idea.
And the cat, you can just see off in the distance, sort of sits down on what appears to be some sort of a stool, sitting next to some sort of a table, and sort of like almost like a pavilion area, just arranged around this enormous tree stump. The roots stretching out and holding the hut up many feet in the air, creating this area just underneath the stump. It's almost like an overhang. And you can see one of the monstrous children now just sort of like rushes towards the cat and just sort of kitty, and tries to pet him, and the cat immediately takes to the air and flies just a few feet out of its reach as this creature is going trying to grab him.
Stupid things.
And you all hear a shrill voice call out from somewhere at the center of this chamber.
Cat, is that you?
Of course it's me.
You've been gone for so long. Did you bring me any sweeties?
I brought you a whole group of them.
Oh, you found friends?
Yes, one of them is named Ender. I think you'll like him the most.
And you all watch as this shriveled humanoid begins to descend a spiral staircase down from the hut, wearing robes, sort of gesturing towards the cat with a hand out as if to say, "Come to me." And with her other hand, she's got a gnarly looking stick that she's using to balance herself as she walks down the spiral staircase. And you see as she now looks off in your direction from where you're all huddled at the mouth of the tunnel and says,
"Come closer, dearies."
I'm waiting for one of you guys to make them. Okay, good. Gunny, thank you for being the man here. I'm Terry.
and the crone is continuing to gesture towards Cat. Cat is just sort of landed back on the stool, completely ignoring this crone, and the crone now says,
"I know one of your names, apparently. What are the rest of you called?
Perhaps they
Please,
are frightened.
don't be shy. The children won't harm you. Come closer.
Eli will get out his soul sled and
I see all of you just sort of like strafing the room. Cortari will continue to fly on her broom, keeping a safe distance from the lava. She allows Zito to tag along if he would like.
You're not carrying anyone, Eli?
oh, I can grab Ari. Oh, it's that Bon.
Thank you.
I'll protect you.
That last one they picked up is called Ari. Apparently, she likes cats.
I hate cats.
Gunny, are you making your way to the...
As you all begin strafing
He's just
the
leaving.
chamber, you can see that there are strange ooze-like things near the lava flows that are sort of sizzling, and they have a bit of a strange look to them. They almost look like water elementals, but at the center of their core is a burning hot source. And you watch as they sort of amorphously move around the edges of the lava river. There's a few of them scattered here and there throughout the chamber.
Please, don't be shy.
Apparently, your visage does not instill trust in our new friends.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Maybe
Considering
I should close the way.
Considering I have the means of their escape from this place.
Do we trust her?
I'm gonna go for it. He will fly closer to the crone. Hello, man. My name is Kuratari. And who are you?
So you're flying straight over towards her?
Yeah, like a safe distance away, so she can hear me.
Like how far away are we talking?
Like 20 feet.
Oh, like 20 feet? Okay. So y'all watch as Cortari on her broom flies over the lava flow and plops down in the midst of these children. Zito apparently taking a ride with.
He was on her broom.
Yeah, that's true. And as you get there, Cortari, with Zito, you see these, for the best description, oversized children with fiery red hair, with suspenders holding up diapers. And some of them are playing with like crude toys made of stone. A few of them, as you saw before, are kicking an oversized skull around like a ball. And one of them is looking at you and just sort of and runs up towards you and says, "Pretty lady," and presents a smooth volcanic stone to you.
Kuratari takes the stone. Well, thank you, little one. That's very
And
kind of you.
the crone says, "Away with you now," and she begins walking towards you slowly, Cortari. From you're still positioned on your broom, correct?
Oh, yeah.
As the rest of the group is huddled back in the mouth of another tunnel that seems to continue on and corkscrew up to the northeast. And the woman walks towards you and says,
I am Baba Plaga. Who am I addressing?
and she gestures towards you and Zito.
My name is Koratari, and this is one of my companions, Rita.
My, haven't seen a kobold in years. At least
He's
alive.
a smart one, too.
Oh, an intellectual kobold, very rare. As I stated before, if you're seeking exit from this place, I can assist you.
We do seek exit, and any help you give us would be very much appreciated.
Oh, of course. I must ask you, how exactly did you get here?
I'm gonna start lumbering my way over there.
Okay. Unfortunately, from what you can see, how long does that jump spell work?
Let me double check. Not long. I'm
Not
pretty
long.
sure.
Yeah, it's probably worn off by now. From where you're standing, Ender, it doesn't look like there's any real safe way to cross that lava river.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stand here then. I take a couple steps as I'm practicing the jump a little bit. And notice that it's worn out, and I'm just looking to.
Okay.
Hoping everything's okay.
Zito is going to chime in. It's like, well, we're not exactly sure how we got here. He's trying to lie and not hint that he knows about the pyramid.
Okay. Well, in that case, make a deception check.
It's a 19.
A 19. Okay.
And by the way, while this is happening, Lethona totally pulls out her bow and kind of hides behind this corner and has it.
Okay. So Baba looks at you, Zito, and says,
Very intriguing. Well, most folk that come here are either brought here against their will, or they come on pilgrimage bearing shards of Erebus.
Shards of what?
Erebus. They're
What are...
small stone pyramidal boxes.
What would they have anything to do with?
The folks who bring them here to present to Calderis in hopes of joining the ranks.
And who's Calderis?
Calderis is our patron, of course. Calderis is the ruler of this domain that you are in with right now. This is the cradle of Calderis.
We're not sure exactly how we got here, and we don't have any shards. Can you just show us the way back to our home?
Well, I'm afraid the only way to leave this place is with a shard of Erebus.
and she now sort of reaches into this pack that she has on her. It's like a large purse that's slung over her shoulder that's sort of hidden within the folds of her robe. And she presents one of the pyramidal boxes.
This one. This is a shard of Erebus.
If
how many we possess one to leave this place?
Well, it's simple. I would just need to extract some blood and use the... You can use the box at the portal to the southeast.
does everyone need a shard, or just use the one?
You'd only need the one, of course. But if you are wanting to take your entire group of companions with you, I will need blood from all of you.
So why do you need our blood for this
For
shard?
The ritual, it's how the magic works, you see. I use the blood as a component that generates the spark, if you will, that will open the portal and return you to wherever you came from. Now, you must understand, if you don't have a shard of Erebus in terms of one that brought you to this place, then you cannot use the return function. I'm afraid that you'll have to find some other way of leaving this place.
And do you know any other way?
I have heard folks attempting to cross the flow to the southeast. That is truly the only way to leave this place. Many, many miles before you can find a way back up to the surface, though.
It's terribly amusing to watch people try.
Most folk just give up hope and throw themselves into the lava.
Laboratory. I do have a question. May I look at your chart?
May you look at my shard? And she holds it in her hands, their long, thin fingers curling around it, these gnarly, nasty-looking fingernails. And she looks at you and she says, "Whatever for?"
I'm very curious about these markings on the outside.
Well, from your distance, you don't see the markings. You can see that the pyramidal box bears the same size and shape of the one that Zito and Eli were messing with.
I'm just very curious to see what it looks like.
And she says, "Come closer."
It's hard. I don't think this is the wisest idea.
Well, perhaps we should join our group and try to discuss finding a way out. Right.
As you say that, one of the freakishly huge children kicks the oversized skull towards Ender, and it bounces on the ground and then rolls a few feet away from you, Ender, and they immediately start going, "Ah! Throw the ball back! Throw the ball back!"
I look at them. Sorry, I was using the restroom. I heard that. I throw the ball back.
Okay, make an athletics check. From where you are located. Let's see how well you're able to throw it. Okay. So you're able to hurl it. It arcs over the lava flow, nearly falls in, bounces a few feet, and the little guy, the big guy goes, "Yay!" And he runs towards it, and he goes to pick it up, and he accidentally kicks it into the lava. And he just starts bawling. And the strange elemental creatures that have been moving around, they now seem to be going towards the large baby child, and are making strange cooing noises, sort of clicking cooing noises, as they try to soothe this strange child. Luthana, you said you are looking. You said you're just keeping an eye out of the entire chamber.
Yes, and I have my bow drawn and just
Okay. As you
kind of hiding back.
as you scan the chamber, make a perception check.
Okay. Oh gosh. 8.
Okay. You see what appears to be near the hut. You see a couple of banners with markings that look familiar, but you can't quite make them out.
Hey, Gani, Eli, do you see those banners? Can you see what they?
No.
Can I try to look at and see where I'm at?
You see banners flying, some sort of iconography. From this distance, you can't really make them out.
They're banners.
They appear to have some sort of sigils on them. Like house sigils. They look kind of familiar to you, Eli. Just giving it a glance with your passive perception.
I'm good.
From this distance, you're not entirely sure what it is, but it appears to be a dragon-marked house shield of some sort. The crest of a dragon-marked house. You just can't quite make it out.
Come on, Eli. Let's get a bit closer. Just where the lava flow ends. Start.
Do you want me to drop down and you can get up on here with him?
It is fine. I'll message Ender. Hi, Ender. There are banners over there, right over there, and I'll give him the direction. Can you make out the symbols on those banners? You can reply to this message.
During this time, Cortari Plaga has come forth, and she is standing near you, holding out this pyramidal box. And you get a smell that comes off of her that's sort of like a spicy smell. Like it smells like old flowers. Besides the smells of sulfur from the lava flow around you. Just barely make it out.
Is she close enough that I can see the carvings on the wall?
Yep, she has. I assume you've gotten off your broom and gone up to her.
Yeah. This is it's quite beautiful. Can you tell me about these markings?
And she looks at you, and her eyes sort of twinkle, and she says,
"This is the language of Erebus." It's the source of the power. The blood magic.
You didn't hear that, Ender. You're all the way across the chamber.
I know. I realized that after I asked.
Does that sound familiar to Zito about blood magic?
Make a history check.
If you guys are looking for coins,
What was that?
I also am curious.
We can't hear you over the love.
Blood magic sounds very strange and unfamiliar to you, Zito. It sounds like something that could be related to necromancy, but you're not 100% sure.
Sorry, I'm getting a really bad feeling of staying here. We should get back with the others and try and leave as quickly as possible.
Leaving so soon? You've only just arrived.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
we have other places to be.
Well, very
They
well.
all seem to be very skittish for some reason.
I can see that. I see folks that are huddled over like frightened children in the corner over there, unwilling to come forth and be polite.
Oh, please don't mistake us for being impolite. We've had quite a journey. We have some hurt members in our group, and we're looking for our way out.
Indeed. Well, as I stated before, I know the way and I can provide the means. But your companions don't seem to be willing to participate.
Well, give us a moment. Perhaps we can fly over and ask them. We want to come to a group decision, you understand.
Very well, I will attend to the children.
And, Cortari will fly Vito and himself back over to the group.
Okay. Cortari, once again on the broom, whips over and flies over the lava flow back towards her companions who are nestled in this little nook at the mouth of this tunnel.
Hey, did you guys make out those markings on the banners while you were over there?
Zito, did you look at the banners?
Would Zito notice the banners?
They were gigantic, flapping in sort of not like flapping in the wind, but just sort of slowly and lazily flapping a bit from like the heat and a rush of hot wind that seems to whip through this place every once in a while. But you saw them both very clearly.
I like to call them undulating.
And Kitty is now standing next to all of you, or floating next to all of you.
What do you think, guys? Should we trust her?
Well, Zito's gonna look back at the banners and see if he can recognize them.
Oh, you very much so recognize one of them. It appears to be the iconography of House Tarkanen.
House Tarkon?
House Tarkanen, which you would know to be the dragon-marked house that was responsible for the War of the Mark. That was a dragon-marked house that fell out of... it very much so... Anyone and everyone would know that House Tarkanen is considered bad news by all other dragon-marked houses, especially considering the destruction that was rained down by the aberrant-marked members of House Tarkanen.
What about the other ones?
The other one is actually quite familiar to you, Zito. After you... It was just like a sliver of a memory to you. It appears to be that of something that you saw a few times in your travels with one of your former companions. And it takes you a moment to sort of mull this over in your head as you think about it. But it looks very similar to a marking of your former companion, Zara Aisha.
Oh no. Wonder what happened to her. I haven't heard from her and her husband in years.
What are you talking about?
Was it years or months, Jeremy?
It's been months. You haven't seen Zara in a while, but you would know that Nicholas and Zara Highhill, that Zara's surname, Aisha, that she that her family were weapons manufacturers and distributors, and that the Aisha Corporation used a specific series of symbols. That this appears to be of that series of symbols, but this banner is very tattered and old looking.
What do you mean, Zito? You haven't seen who in a long time.
One of my old companions, she goes by Zara Highhill now. She left to go on her honeymoon with her husband, and I haven't heard from her since. But I recognize the banner of her house.
Wait, what? Zara? No.
You know Zara?
What does she have to do with this? Maybe. And what was the other one?
The other one, that was,
House Tarkanen.
That's a dragon mark. Yeah. House Tarkanen, if, you've been in, Sharn for long, you would know that they're kind of bad news around Sharn. I wonder what the relationship they had.
And anyone who is looking at Lithana would just suddenly see her eyes dart around. Wait, what? No, they've been out of... No, what? This doesn't make any sense.
What's wrong, Lithana? You like you've seen a ghost.
This is what the woman looks like, by the way.
Let's just focus on getting out of here for now.
That's a good idea, Zito.
Thank you, Kat. So she told us that there's a portal to the southeast, but we need a shard for that, or we can try and test our luck and climb out of here to the tunnel to the southwest.
Oh, it's not a climb. It's a very long journey across lava flows. I doubt you'll make it, especially with your current provisions.
Lithana's eyes just keep darting, and then she suddenly has this resolute look on her face.
And Lithana, if you keep staring towards the hut at the center of the chamber, if you look at that banner, you now see very much so the iconography of your family from one of those banners. It's very far away from where you are, but after Zito describes it to you and you stare at it long enough, you can now see the clear sigil of House Aisha.
Interesting.
Ina, I need to fly over there. I have to talk to
It's safer over here.
No. I may be able to negotiate a way out.
Oh. Okay, I look at her, I cast fly.
Okay. You suddenly feel... do you have the spell slot?
No, I don't have it. No, I don't have it memorized. I keep forgetting. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Nope, cast it. I thought I did, but no, we haven't actually rested since for a while.
That's true. You guys haven't rested.
So.
Lithana, perhaps we should decide on a plan before we talk our way out of something else. Just in case things don't.
Tell me, Eli, why is it that you suddenly have the illusion of being safer here than safer over there? If it were me, and I was trying to capture you, I would kill you as soon as you tried to escape. But that's just speculation.
See, cats, we're stronger in numbers. We have numbers over here. There's how many of us versus how many of you?
There could be numbers over there. And why do you assume that I'm with her?
Great idea, Eli. We should all go over there.
He kind of looks at Gunny. Oh, what do you think, Gunny? Is it safe?
Is it ever safe?
Lithana just looks at all of them and says, "Look, I would try to explain, but the only way I see us getting out of here is if I talk to her. That flag, that symbol, that is my family. Yes, we're the weapons company, and maybe we have some relationship to the Tarkanin house, but that house was taken down many years ago. I don't understand. But if it is true, then as much as I don't want to agree with Kat, we are against something far more dangerous. Well, let's just say you don't want to get on its bad side. I will go talk to her. You can stay here.
What makes you think that, Lithana? There's an old woman and 3 stupid children over there. I don't see where you're against anything all that dangerous at all.
No, you don't understand.
I think that plan of yours is rather foolish. We already know a way out of here. We know 2 ways out of here, actually.
No, I have to talk to her. I have to... Zara, she is my cousin. And my house has been after her. In fact, they sent me to kill her as their assassin. And they keep pressuring me. Something's not right here. And I have to know what it is.
A good assassin would never give up.
Gunny, will you drop us off over there? I'll go with Lithana.
I will also join you with Anna. However,
Girl power, I like it.
I'll stay behind with the frightened ones.
No, we all
Make
head
sure
over.
they're safe.
Like Eli said, together. Let's introduce us to this lady.
Shall I move the entire party over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you okay with that, Gunthro?
Yeah, that's fine.
I would also like to go with them back over there.
Okay. So, you all, through magical means of flight, you're all able to make your way over to the hut. All keeping somewhat of a safe distance away from this crone, who, as you've all been talking in the distance you've watched, she is moved towards the oversized child that was bawling and being tended to by these strange elemental creatures, and the elemental creatures sort of like scurried away as she walked forth. She places a hand over the head of the creature, and it ceases its crying, it's mewling at once, and you just hear it say, as you all arrive, you just hear it say, "Mama, Mama." And the crone now says,
There, you're all right. See, you can play with that one.
and she points towards a stone that was sticking up out of the ground, this dusty stone, and the earth around it, volcanic earth, starts to churn, and a skull raises up out of the ground, same size of the one that it kicked into the lava.
Father, these are my companions.
Oh, well, welcome. I see you've all decided to come over and say hello. And who might all of you be?
And Lothana, as you're looking at this woman, she just sort of adjusts her robes, and as she pulls up the sleeves of her robes, you clearly see what appears to be the lines of an aberrant dragon mark crisscrossing up her arms on both forearms, up towards
An aberrant what?
An aberrant dragon mark. It's sort of an angry black spider web of tendrils that almost look like veins that crisscross and move up her forearms.
So I've heard you are the Baba Plaga?
Why, yes, and who might you be?
Lethana Aisha.
And she looks at you and sort of tilts her head to the side and says,
Truly. Aisha,
Yes.
come closer. Let me look at you.
She'll move closer.
you get right up to her.
Close enough.
Okay. She just sort of, with her one hand, she grabs her gnarled walking stick and she starts getting closer to you. And she holds out a hand, these long, thin fingers, these gnarly nails, and gestures her hand, open hand, out to you as if to take your hand.
She offers it. I do not have one.
Well, it skips generations, my dear. Tell me, who is your father?
My father is Linnaeus Aisha.
It has been quite some time since I encountered a member of my family.
Family? I don't say that out loud. Sorry.
Welcome.
What? We need passage, as we have already stated, but...
And she just sort of has a bit of a glitter in her eye now as she's looking at you, this wide, warm smile, which would almost seem to be endearing, but she's just so creepy looking.
You know, Baba, Lothana here is actually operating as an assassin sent to kill one of her cousins. It's quite the interesting family you have.
An assassin? My goodness. Killing one of your own.
Well, my family believes she has deserted the way things are.
No.
And she now takes you, guiding you by the hand. She begins pushing past your friends towards the hut. Just underneath the stump, you can see where the roots are dug into the soft earth, safely away from the edges of the lava flow. And you see that she is walking towards some sort of a pedestal just underneath at the center. And as she approaches it, she reaches out with her stick and hooks it on the end of this tarp that's covering this seemingly pedestal. And she pulls it off, and you can see now what appears to be a stone edifice of some sort. This sort of a thin stone column. It comes up to about your chest height, and you can see now two humanoids that are standing side by side, gesturing up with one arm out, and another two arms linked together. These two linked together. And she says,
"That is the prophecy. The heirs of Tarkanin, the true supreme rulers of Eberron. Do you know of it?"
I can't say that I do. I am only in the second or third rank in my family. I'm not really decision making.
Well, then allow me to school you, heir of Aisha. The twin aberrant godlings, born of the union of a granddaughter of Halas, Tarkanin, and a Daukor, a creature from the far realm. When the children are of age, Halas will have his soul transferred into the bodies of the children, and they will ascend to godhood. It is a legend, of course, though none such children exist. Twins, a boy and a girl.
That's awful high ambitions you have there, Papa Plaga.
Shh, you hush over there, you. And don't you go spreading this nonsense. It's just nonsense. Just forget what I said. Horrible creature, you.
Oh, you're one to talk. Have you seen a mirror recently?
I share this with you, Lithana, because we are blood. And I can assist you because of your blood, and my blood is corrupt. But yours, I fear, is not, especially since you do not bear the aberrant mark. I will help all of you. I only need your blood to complete the ritual.
I suppose. I would do it for my friends, but... Why? Why would my family send something off of our own kind? Why would they send me after her?
More than likely to prevent prophecy.
Prophecy?
Yes. To prevent the godlings from being born. You must find it odd, I'm sure, that children in your family have a tendency to either be silenced or put into service of some sort. You, for example, put into the service of the family and closely watched.
I find it quite ironic.
No, but they give us protection, they give us a way of life. It's much more riches and more education than most other places. It's just opportunity.
My dear, you seem unsure. I am just an old crone. My love has gone for some time. My line has been corrupted. The family's original true purpose forgotten. They are preventing the children from being born, the heirs of Tarkanin. That is why they wish for you to hunt down your own kin, more than likely, to prevent her from procreating.
So that means that she'll be hunted down when she decides to settle down and begin a family.
Tell me, this cousin of yours, is she betrothed to an inspired?
The kobold said she was on her honeymoon.
Yes, that's what I heard. Don't know what you mean by an inspired, but...
Inspired are... And as she mentions this, Cortari, the hair on the back of your neck goes up. You would know all about that. Inspired are the... a transplanted race from the realm of dreams. They are the combination of creatures from that realm and humans and elves. The inspired come from the Dalcor. It's long been held, it is known, the legend that one of my family would fall in love with an inspired, and their progeny would become the heirs of Tarkanin. If you say that your family, my family, wishes for you to silence or kill another member, then it is more than likely that she has become betrothed to someone that they believe to be that person. Or they are just playing it safe and trying to keep that from happening. Perhaps they don't know what that person, this other individual. What did you say their name was?
Nicholas Highhill.
Highhill? Does not sound like an inspired name. It's very strange indeed.
It sounds rather plain.
Yes. Well, if you wish for me to help you, then of course I will help a member of my family.
Yes, of course. As she's hearing all this, just a wave of nausea comes over her, and she's just not sure why exactly. As if she's trying to remember something.
Since you only need the blood of one of them, do you need all of it? Or just a little?
Enough to fill the device. I also need one other item. But I'm afraid that you all have to retrieve it from the vault to the west.
So you need my blood and an item?
Yes. In order to only use our blood, which is a powerful component indeed for this magic, I need one other item.
Do you have a map of this place?
And she says, she now produces a piece of parchment from her little bag that she has nestled and pulls it out and offers it to you, Ender.
Ender, as an absolute great cartographer, takes a map. Thanks, sir.
And she says,
You'll need to retrieve the brain of a certain kind of elemental fey creature. Tell me, have any of you ever heard of Jinn?
Have any of us heard of Jinn before?
Yeah, have I ever?
make a history check.
$21.
So, a Jinni is, you would know, Eli, would be a genie from the elemental plane of air, known as Serania. These are creatures of power and creation, and some are rumored to be able to grant wishes to those that free them from bonds.
A very powerful creature. Yes. I've heard they're dangerous.
Lord Calderis keeps 4 of them in his vault. I don't care which one you bring to me. I believe he has entrapped one from each of the elemental planes of Serania, Githri, Lamania, and of course, the fire plane. I will need the spinal fluid and brain from one of these creatures. This is the only way, since you all don't have a shard of Erebus of your own, in order to return you whence you came.
But you have one.
Yes, and I'm willing to let you borrow it. The vault, if you take, and she now gestures to the west towards the opening of a tunnel. You take that tunnel and just follow it. Ignore the branching tunnel that takes you northward, and it will take you to the vault door. I will give you the means to open the vault. And if you happen to come across Edgar, would you be a dear and send him back?
Can I read and understand this map?
Yes. Looking at the map, Ender, you can see that radiating out from the chamber that you're in, you see crisscrossing pathways, and you can see that there are some areas that you all have not covered yet. There appears to be a large chamber to the northeast. There's this...
Are these rooms labeled?
One says Vault of Virginie, and the other one appears to be labeled the Greed Pile.
Greed Pile is where we were?
No, the Greed Pile is a room you have not entered yet. It's to the northeast. And of course, on the yeah, I'll tell you which way to go if you want to go that way. To the southeast of the map section, you can see that there is an area marked off on. You can just see skull and crossbones, presumably marking off the area of a lava flow, and then you can see some sort of strange C-shaped area that appears to be the area that she spoke to you about of where to take the shard of Erebus. And of course, you see the other chambers that you've already been to.
But the one that caught my eye the most is that other room that we haven't quite explored yet, called the Greed Pile.
The Greed Pile. The Greed Pile in the vault.
Greed Pile is to the northeast, the vault is to the west. Got it. I won't say anything to my traveling companions quite yet. I'll bring it up as we're walking our way to the vault.
Okay.
You know, where the lady, the Baba Plaga lady can.
Okay.
Hear me rumbling off, plundering.
So what would you all like to do now?
I point at the map and say the vault. It's this way. If you guys want to lead the way. I can't leave this area for all the lava.
And same formation as before.
Yeah, yes, that's good.
I go up to Gunny. Permission to get back on your shoulder.
Permission to mount the Catman. So you're all heading towards the passageway clearly marked on the map, towards the vault?
Yes.
Okay.
Agreed pod. That sounds interesting though.
So what I will do is I will go ahead and I will mark off on the map the pathway towards the vault. And you can all move your tokens as necessary to signify that that's the way you're going.
Okay.
Ender, you do notice on the map there are clearly marked areas that seem to be warning signs, as if to signify traps.
Oh my freaking god, I love you right now. I'm not going to tell Gunny that as he marches forward.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm telling him. I'm telling him. Sorry. Don't be mad at me, Mark. I was just joking. And I'm gonna look back at Kat and be like, Kat, this would have been this would have been handy. I see. You know where all the traps are. You're just not.
But then it would take all the fun away from you finding them.
As you all begin to leave, Plaga looks at you, Luthana, with sort of a wistful look in her eye, as if she wants to say something more to you, but she doesn't.
Luthana,
Yes, Ender.
your family might be bad, but something I didn't reveal is that that's also my family sigil up on that flag.
What? Which one?
I tell her which one.
So what house do you come from?
What's my house, Jeremy? I'm gonna write it down on my character sheet now. I told her like several times.
Your house?
Is it Isha?
You're not an Aisha.
No. What's the other house?
Tarkanen?
Tarkanen. Thank you.
Are you saying you're from House Tarkanen?
I was.
Okay. Interesting.
So then, are we going the right way?
Suddenly, this cat materializes next to your head, Ender.
You did say that was my family's sigil up there too earlier, right?
No, I did not.
Oh, I thought you said that earlier.
But if you want to retcon and say you're from Tarkanen, you can.
I misunderstood you earlier then. You were saying something like Ender's. You noticed that your family, or you must have been just talking about the kids then.
Possibly.
Don't worry, Ender. You're from my clan.
Clan Cat.
So at the end of this hallway, you see that there is a door, very strangely unlike anything else that you've encountered so far in this place. It's made of a smooth, polished marble. And you can see a pyramidal shape at the center of it. It seems to be roughly the exact size of that shard of Erebus that Plaga showed to all of you. And she handed it to you, Luthana, before you all left the chamber.
I guess I took it and I put it in my pack.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in your pack right now, actually. Boom, it's in your pack. As you all huddle towards the end of the hallway, you now see that there are no other features other than that pyramidal shape on the door. But you do see what appear to be, at the bottom, the lower half of someone's body.
I look at the map. Is that a place where the trap was?
No.
Is it marked?
The only thing that you see is that this appears to be the door to the vault. Clearly marked. You see a square-shaped chamber marked on the map.
Edgar, is that you?
What would you all like to do?
Anyone know if there's a key? If we ask her any questions, how to get in the vault?
Zito rushes past all of you, goes towards the door.
Uh-oh. And
Alright, Zito's gonna take the shard out of his bag. Is there blood in it still?
Just a faint amount. It seems to have dried up on the inside of that crystalline vial within the center of the pyramid.
And I did see Lathana getting her own shard.
Yes, Lathana, you saw Plaga give Lathana her own shard. The stones appear very similar. They seem to have different markings. Like the runes, the configuration of the runes on the pyramid is slightly different.
Does that one have blood in it, or is it empty?
It appears to be empty.
Alright, Lathana, I think we need to use your shard in order to open this one.
Okay. And I move towards him. I hop off Gunny's back and move towards.
Okay. As
And
you
I,
approach, you approach the door,
Well,
you
actually,
see that.
I was holding you, but okay.
You want to make an escape check to get out of his hold, his grapple?
Oh, no, I let her down.
Okay.
I got, she's on my left side, she's hanging on my hip, and, I got Ender on my right side holding on my hip, and I'm like, hey, guys! Hey.
I put out my stone and I present it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. As you're placing the stone into the impression, or this depression in the wall. The stone fits perfectly within this triangular shape, and you hear this loud clicking noise and the sound of gears grinding, and the door begins to ascend up, revealing within a beautiful white marble chamber with enormous columns on your left and on your right, and then you see pedestals, 3 rows, 5 deep, heading towards the back of this chamber. And on each pedestal, you see what appears to be some sort of urn, which is of multiple colors. Each urn appears to be a different color, except for one that's immediately close to you. That urn appears to have been broken, and the other half of the body is splayed out in front of the pedestal.
And the body looks like this creature that she described.
It appears to be of a human male. Edgar.
Nathan looks back at everyone and says, not ladies first?
my map give me any information on this room?
It just says the Vault of the Jinni.
There's not kind of a...
No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you any kind of a, from what you see, any kind of discerning key or descriptor of the room. But based on what Plaga told you, this place was a place where he trapped 4 of these elemental creatures.
We're all following Lathana in, I hope. I'm following her.
I'm following her.
Your feet echo in this chamber, Lathana, as soft as you can move through the forests, through the streets. It is a very strange, almost a breathy, echoey sound as you walk through the chamber and your feet fall on this mosaic tile floor. And what are the rest of the party doing?
I'll slowly follow behind.
Okay.
Cortari will enter the chamber.
Okay.
Zita's gonna inspect this half of a body and see if there's anything on it.
Let's see. You could see that the body, the upper half of the body, this person's skin is very mottled and gray. Their throat is distended out and their eyes are bleeding, or at least the blood is dried and cracked. Not sure how long this body has been here. Rifling through his belongings, you find a small pouch containing 140 gold pieces.
He won't need that anymore.
Zita's gonna put that in the treasury.
Okay.
Alright, well, if nothing's happening so far, Zito is gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You get a sense of magic from all of these urns.
Can I tell what school they are?
Let's see. Well, of course, the one immediately in front of you, that one is broken, so you don't get anything off of it. But you get a sense from most of them, some sort of evocation.
Alright, can I make an Arcana check to find out what kind of school of magic would capture a Jinn?
I would say,
what kind of
I would say make an Arcana check or make an intelligence check first off to see if you would understand exactly how to determine that.
Alright, that'll be a 20.
Okay. You get a sense that it would not be evocation. So anything that's not evocation would more than likely be what you're looking for.
Alright, and Zito is gonna turn to Eli. This is if you can detect magic, you're looking for a jar or a container that isn't emitting any evocation magic. Can anyone else detect magic?
Eli will go.
Probably cleric. Maybe.
And he will spend 10 minutes to cast the ritual Detect Magic.
Okay. It's a quiet, calm 10 minutes. Your companions are
keeping to themselves mostly, just sort of looking around the chamber. Guthril is eating. He might be eating the cat.
If it's close by.
If it's close by. So you get a sense that most of these urns, Eli, are evocation urns. Or they seem to have some sort of evocation. However, 4 of these urns appear to have an enchantment magic of some sort.
In which 4 are they?
The one furthest to the southern wall, to the third one from the one to the left of the middle. The one that's immediately southeast of you. The one that's immediately west of you from the one you're standing next to. And the one to the northeast of you, to the east of Zito.
Alright, so... this one? The west? Right here?
That's Zito, so to the east of him.
Oh.
That's west. There you go. That's east.
And... what was the next one?
Here, let me help you.
Yeah, I was trying to guide them as you were... okay.
There you go.
Hi.
So, you get a sense that those 4 appear to contain enchantment of some sort.
I'm gonna let the party know. I think I know where they are. And say this one. And they'll point out the ones that dead.
That one?
Yes. Wait, no, this one.
Nope. You had it right the first time. And the one that Zito's immediately standing in front of.
Sorry, for some reason the thing disappeared on me. Alright, there we go.
That's okay.
Eli's trying to kill someone.
Yeah, it's that one cat. Will you
Oh, I'm sorry, it's that one.
Yeah. Whoops, I made a mistake, Ender. You still alive, buddy? I'll point out the ones. Those are the ones that have a different type of magic. Magic more of charm and hold.
You pointed at this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we just need one of them?
We just need one of them. Yes, but...
how do we extract its brain?
I mean, I guess you could ask it for its brain.
And Nathan is going to speak a Duhering to Eli because she can't talk to him. Eli, are you thinking about getting all of them?
It depends on how to extract them.
I think maybe we should just do one at a time and see.
If you ask my opinion, I don't think we have the resources to take all of them. I think we'll be lucky enough to take one.
I agree.
I actually know what to do here, guys. Ender goes ahead and saves the game.
Have I... Jeremy, has I ever read anything about how to, or seen or heard about anything like this? Abstract something from an object?
You mean, how do I pull a brain and spinal column out of a creature that is inside of an urn?
No,
All in one go, too.
No, I'm talking about how do I pull a creature out of an urn?
We'll make a history check.
I don't think anyone really knows how to do that. I think that's something you have to
Oh,
decide.
no, you know what? I will take your history check from earlier. You would know that creatures that are bound like genies, typically you just have to open the device that they are bound in order to free them. That sometimes requires physical brute strength, sometimes it requires a passphrase, sometimes it requires rubbing a lamp.
I will look around. Do I see any kind of opening or door?
On the urn?
Yes.
Each of the urns look very similar to one another, other than being different colors. And they have these stoppers on the top with what appears to be some sort of precious metal, like a liquid metal seal on the topper. And it looks like gold.
I'll grab it and pull off the top.
Guys, maybe we should all be together before we get off those things. One of these things.
Eli, make a strength athletics check.
Okay. Try running it over hot water.
You grasp the stopper on the top of this urn, and you try as you might, you cannot pull it free. Whatever this seal is, this soft gold seal, is just too much for you to pull off with brute strength.
I'll put it in my bag, and I'll go with this one.
Guys, what's happening? Are we going to
I'll
get
grab
them
this
all?
one and try to
As
pull
you
it off.
attempt to pull the urn off, the door closes. Gunthrel, would you like to attempt to get in before it closes?
Can I stop it from closing?
Sure, you could stop it. You can try. You can certainly try.
Okay.
So you want to try and stop it?
Yeah, see if I can't stop it from closing.
Okay.
When the DM asks you 3 different times if you want to do something, the answer is always no.
Make a strength athletics check.
No.
Okay. Gunthrel, you step underneath the door. You reach up to grab it, and the door crushes you underneath it.
Okay.
And you take no damage because it's not magical damage.
Oh my god.
No, I'm sorry. He's not in his War Tiger form. He took 21 damage from that.
I will use my ability of Stone's Endure.
Okay. How's that work?
It is reduced by 12.
Okay. So let's see. That would be 9 damage, I think, instead. And you are now outside of the room, which is now sealed.
Oh, I fell outside. I didn't fall inside.
Make a dexterity save. Let's see if you. We'll see whether or not you're able to scoot yourself inside of the room.
Oh no, I'm fine being outside.
Okay.
No, that's our healer. He'd like to roll.
Can we just have him pin underneath the door the entire time?
Actually, I think my healer is rolling now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my healer is coming in.
Did you guys put me inside?
Eli, as you pull the urn off, a greenish gas begins to fill the chamber.
Yeah, I'm fine here.
I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw. And then I need you all to roll initiative. So let's roll con saves first, before we roll initiative. All right. So let's see, that's
Since I'm outside, do I need to roll?
Nope, you don't. I mean, you can if you want to. You can just listen to the
just make me feel better.
Listen to the cries of your friends through the stone door.
Gus?
Well,
to make it not come near,
unfortunately,
I can push the gas away from me.
Unfortunately, no. You can't cast Gus as a reaction. So, or can you?
No, it's an action. But if it's slowly coming out, there's no way to.
Oh no! It is jetting out of this.
Okay.
It's jetting out of it. It's like someone is like, is got like a leaf blower and they're blowing smoke.
Okay. Makes sense.
Sit back and relax, Control. This is about to get interesting.
All right, so let's see. Everyone except for Eli and Lithana takes 7 points of poison damage.
Do you want us to add that damage ourselves?
No, I'm just going through manually and doing it.
Okay.
I wonder why they didn't just ask me how to get it.
And let's see.
Oh, shit. We had 3 critical initiatives there.
And
remember.
Lithana and Eli takes 14 points of poison damage.
That's very true. I think it might kill your friends.
They're resilient sometimes.
So, yes, if you would all like to roll initiative, you can now. If you haven't already done so.
Did you get a 22 in there?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ari, you also took 14, so let me add 7 more to that.
We had 3 people roll 20 on initiative. What is the odds of that?
I know.
Get all those rolls out of the way. I'll roll initiative for you, Koratari. The room is filling with this green gas. It's sort of hazy in here. It's gone like there's a light source of some sort, but you can't tell where it's coming from. It almost seems like it's coming off of the walls and the ceiling, this domed ceiling. And you can see now that this gas is billowing up and starting to fill the chamber from the domed ceiling, and the gas seems to be coming down, moving downwards towards where you all are right now. And you're all coughing and hacking your lungs out right now. What would you like to do?
Well, Katari's got a...
So, Lithana, make another Constitution save.
Oh, boy. Ah! No!
You take another 14 points of...
I'm going to cast Gust and start...
Can you do that as a reaction? Because it's not your turn yet.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're in initiative right now.
I was gonna say, can I use my inspiration to re-roll
You can
that?
absolutely use your inspiration.
Come on.
That's going to be 10 points of poison damage. And what would you like to do? As you huddled behind this large pillar, this oversized pillar.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the thing.
On what are you casting it on?
Well, can I see what the enemy is?
You don't see an enemy. You just see that one of the pillars that used to have an urn on it is shooting green gas straight up out of it and is filling the chamber.
Okay. Then I will hold my action and hold my...
You're going to hold your action and...
hold my breath.
Okay. I believe... let's see, holding your breath.
I can hold my breath for 6 seconds.
Trying
equal number of rounds of your con.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh, funny.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember how that works.
I said that as a joke. I feel like it shouldn't be allowed, but maybe it is.
Let's see. It's a number of minutes equal to 1 and your modifier. So you can hold your breath for 3 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Does that really work with poison gas? That's
sure.
cool.
Ender, what's roll another con
Ender
save.
was Ender was already like holding his breath.
Well, you didn't say that before, so
I really wanted to.
roll another con save. Okay. So you will take half of this damage. You will take 3 damage. And if you want, you can hold your breath in addition to whatever else you'd like to do this round.
Do I see any immediate threat other than gas?
You don't? Just looking around as you begin to hold your breath, looking around the room, you just see like your friends hacking and coughing. You don't see anything other than this voluminous green mist within this chamber.
Switches on the wall?
Just a glancing around, you don't see anything immediately in your vicinity.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold my action.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what. As I will say, holding your breath, it can be if you want to make a perception check and see if you see anything else in the room. I'll say that was part of your free action interacting with the environment.
Awesome. I would like to make a perception check. Absolutely.
Go right ahead. Okay. A cursory glance looking straight ahead of you at the pillar, this little pillar where the pedestal where the urn was, you can see that there is a circular depression roughly the size of the bottom of the urn, which is raised up on the center of that pedestal. And there's this grated area where the gas is coming up. If you look at the pedestal that's immediately next to you, that raised area is not there.
Can I push it down to close it? Am I understanding this right?
You're not next to it.
I'd like to go to it and see if I can close it.
You can use your movement. You'll be able to do that on your next turn. You'll be able to attempt to do that.
Then I guess I'll wait until my next turn. Which circular?
It is the one. It's the one that's straight ahead of you.
Oh gosh, what do you mean straight ahead?
You see on the map, if you're looking towards the south, you see that circle that's straight ahead of you. It's 2 pedestals down.
Okay, cool.
So you can move yourself there. It's for some reason,
there, right?
For some reason, yes, that one. For some reason, Siri thought I was talking to her.
I didn't want to. I'm not allowed to move yet. Sorry.
Oh, you're not?
Oh no, you said I can. Oh yes, I am going to move.
Yeah, you can move. Yeah, and you'll be able to use your action on the next turn if you wish to to try and push it down.
I will. Okay, and then my turn.
Gunthril, on your turn, all you hear is the sound of purring and the fluttering of wings from behind you.
Do you know how to open this door? I don't have a key. Hello,
Yeah.
little kitty.
I know how to open it, but it has to be done from the inside.
Ask him how. I'm sorry, I'm metagaming. I'll shut up.
Does Gunthril even have his ring on?
No, it'd take me an hour. I could put it on now, and it'd take me an hour to attune to.
Oh, you guys got an hour to sit there and breathe that gas?
Good thing I have message. It's okay, guys.
Doesn't really work for you now.
I can't open up the door, and I'll wait for them to figure the way out.
Okay. Koritari, I will go ahead and make another Constitution save for you. Do you want to hold your breath as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's see. Koritari takes 7 more poison damage. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Sorry, Ender. We put you back to 7 points down. And you said you're holding your breath. Would you like to do anything else? You just watched Ender rush forward towards the pedestal where Eli was. He just sort of sprinted towards it.
I sure did.
I will hold my action.
Okay. Zito. Well, take another con save for me, please. Okay. You take 5 more poison damage. And would you also like to hold your breath?
Sure, I'll hold my breath. I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and climb up that pillar that Ender is trying to get to.
Okay.
Come on down to earn number 3C. We're trying to press this thing down currently. Just leap on top of it, Zito, and I'll use your weight and my strength, and together we should be able to save the party.
Pedestal is taller than you, Zito, so you can make a strength check to attempt to crawl it or climb it.
Is this be strength or will this be athletics?
Make an athletics check to try to climb it.
It's still a -2 anyway.
Can
I use my birthday wish and blow up my inspiration candle?
Go right ahead. Nice. Zito is able to scramble up to the top of this.
Oh, that was an Arcana check.
Oh, darn.
Nope.
Zito, you begin to climb up the side of this. Ender, you watch as Zito suddenly appeared next to you and began scrambling up top, and he had this look of like triumph for a moment, and then his fingers slipped, and he
Can
went.
Can I give him advantage and assist him?
On his next no, because you were saying you said you were going to try and like push down that thing on your next turn, correct?
I am. Yes, you're right. I'll
okay.
Shut up. Sorry.
No,
Zito.
no worries. That's okay.
Taking that on the note.
Eli. All right, Eli, you take.
You should also come over here and crawl this thing.
Eli, you take 12 poison damage. Eli's not looking too good, you guys. I believe he's down to 1 hit point before he falls over. Would you like to hold your breath, Eli?
Yes, I'd like to hold my breath as I gulp down a potion of healing.
As you gulp down a potion of healing, okay, as your bonus action, you can drink that potion of healing, coughing as you do, as you get a lungful of that horrible gas. And you still have your movement.
Do I see where the gas is coming from?
Oh yeah, you turn around and look, you can see it shooting straight up into the face of Ender.
Can I reach it?
Yeah, you're tall enough that you can reach it. That's how you were able to pull the urn off.
Can I push it down?
On your next turn, you can attempt to, or give one of your friends who's near it assistance.
I'll give Ender assistance.
Oh, okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh,
yeah.
Gee whiz, Eli. Thank you. Andrew will accept it on his coming turn.
Auri, make another Constitution save. Okay, Auri, you take 15 points of poison damage. And would you like to hold your breath?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move over. And I'm gonna cast Guidance on Ender, which is he can just have an extra D4 that he can roll before or after his next ability check of his choice.
Oh, okay.
And my turn.
I believe that if you look under Guidance on your action tab, there should be a condition thing that you can drop onto his token on the map.
I will try.
What?
Yeah, if you hit that Get that little. Everybody's. It's a love fest for Ender. They're all crowding
Sure is
around
over
you.
here. It's like spitting in a pig's eye.
There's nothing I can drag on. It doesn't look like. All I can do is click the little dragon up and put the shit. I made the now I have it. I have guidance 3 times in my cantrips. Whoopsie.
Huh. Maybe they didn't build it. Okay. Well, we'll just remember that you can roll an extra D4 to add it to your ability check, Ender.
Okay.
End of turn.
All right. What are you doing, Mr. Flying Kitty? Kitty Cat?
Talking to Gunthro. Ask him, do you think your friends are going to survive this? Because it's been a little while now.
It's been 12 seconds.
Yeah, but I know it's in there.
Gortari, you're holding your breath, so you will not have to make a Constitution save.
I'm gonna... Okay.
Oh, sorry, Gunthro. Did you want to use your held action?
I'm gonna take my sword out of my bag.
Okay.
And next round I'll beat on the door.
Okay. Gortari, what would you like to do in your turn? You are currently holding your breath, of which you are able to do so for 3 minutes. You're feeling the pressure build up in your chest as you're holding your breath. The whole chamber now is green. Like the light is filtered through, is like there's this sort of sickly green filter of this warm light that was within the chamber.
Am I able to like jump over on top of that pedestal and try to push, like land on the thing to push?
It's kind of far from where you are right now. You entered to the chamber and you're pretty close to the door. Like you heard the door slam shut on Gunthro, nearly cutting him in half.
Okay.
So you could use your full movement to get over there. You
Yes,
just won't have an action, unfortunately.
Okay.
You're gonna join the love fest. All right. Cortari runs over, does a few cartwheels, and lands next to Eli and Ender, and Auri and Zito. And Lathana, you're holding your breath. What would you like to do? You watch all of your companions rushing towards the pedestal that's firing this green gas into the chamber.
Is this the start of the new round or holding my...
This is a new round.
Oh. Could I not take my action?
You lost your action, unfortunately.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But you don't have to roll a con save, which is good.
Alright, I will move right here. And do I see any enemy yet emerging?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You do not see anything in the chamber that appears to be a threat other than the voluminous green gas that is emitting from that pedestal.
I will go close to it.
Okay, you're going to join the Love Fest?
Yes, and do I see a way to stop it?
You see essentially what Ender saw, which is that there is a depression, an area where the urn was sitting, which is raised up a bit, and there's like a grill over the top where this gas is shooting out of the top of it. So you would be able to ascertain that this is the same, that this little depression rose up when the urn was removed.
I will attempt to put the urn back or cover it with...
You can try to cover it, I guess, with something. Eli is got the urn.
He's holding on to it?
He put it in his bag of holding, I believe.
Okay.
I grabbed another one, too.
You did? I don't believe you did, sir. You only had enough of time to remove that one before that trap was sprung.
No, we went over. That's why I moved over there and I grabbed the other one, this one. That's why I was confused what happened. I grabbed this one, too.
I will say, for all intents and purposes, you have not taken the other urn off of that pedestal. You only have one.
Do I see anything around me to put over this thing?
Not really. You don't see there's no other there's no garbage or other like things in this chamber that would be movable other than the other urns on the pedestals. And of course,
is this your classic Indiana Jones like type trap with the rock? You know, like when Indiana Jones.
Of course it is.
Okay, I understand now.
I thought it was blatantly obvious.
I had a bag of sand. I was gonna do that. And then I have a bag of sand I've been holding on this entire time. Since like the first session that Zito was, I had a bag of sand and I had no chance of using it yet. And this is my chance.
Do you seriously have one?
I do have a bag of sand.
What? Holy who made your character sheet? This is brilliant.
What?
Nothing, never mind.
I have a bag of sand too.
My guidance should have gone to one of you.
I also have a bag of sand.
That's a
how it
lie.
works.
So Lathana, what would you like to do? You still have your action.
I will take out my bedroll and try to put it over this thing.
Okay. You put it over the vent, and after a few moments, you seem to have like covered it, and the gas is not coming out. And now the gas is seeping out of the material of it slower now, and coming in your face and making your eyes water.
I would back up a bit and say, "What is the plan? We're trying to get this break."
You're no longer holding your breath.
Oh shoot!
Roll the Constitution saving throw.
Oh gosh.
Lothana begins to cough and hack as she attempts to ask her friends a question.
15.
15. All right. You take 3 more points of poison damage. As you can go back to holding your breath if you like.
Can I use my bonus action to take a healing potion?
To drink a healing potion? Sure, why not?
Alright, I will do that and end my turn.
Okay. Kitty, you see Gunthral, the imposing Goliath cleric, seems to be trying to pull something out of his pack right now. Do you do anything?
Oh no, somebody saved them. They're dying.
Zito, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Kevin, you have to act a little bit better than that. You're not very convincing.
Zito is gonna try and jump up onto this pedestal.
Okay. Make another athletics check.
Alright.
Cat brought the edgelord to the group. You guys were missing edgelord. Zito, you're able to pull yourself up with a little assist, little jump, and you're now standing on top of the pedestal. The gas is shooting straight up out of it. Are you standing Are you standing at the center of the pedestal, or just on the edge where that depression is raised up?
I'm standing on the edge.
On the edge, not on the actual opening. Okay.
No, but Zito is gonna just put his bag down onto the pedestal right now.
Okay. How heavy is the bag?
Pretty heavy. I may double check. It's like 90 pounds or something like that. 87 pounds.
Wow.
Bag of
lift
sand. Where's your bag of sand? Let's see.
It's more than you.
Your bag of sand is not 87 pounds.
No, my entire bag.
Yeah. Oh, your pack? Oh, I'm sorry. You put your pack on it. Okay. The moment you put the pack on the depression, it starts to sink, and there's a clicking noise, and the gas stops shooting up out of the pedestal.
Does the door
I'm
open?
3 pounds below my weight limit.
The door opens. And Gunthral, you see now this gas which is wafting out of the chamber towards you.
I sure hope no one died.
I'll back up.
Okay. It creeps out, but it doesn't come out at a force that's enough to get to you. What are the rest of the party doing?
Leaving.
So at this point, you guys are out of initiative.
We're leaving. We're not hanging out. Unless, I mean, Eli, we seem to have mastered the way these traps work. If we, each one of us, leave back a pack, we can all gather one of these.
Are you leaving your pack, Zito?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna pull out my my actual bag of sand, and I'm going to use my one of my abilities. Let me double check what.
Okay, while you're double checking on your ability, what is everybody else doing?
Are we able to determine
minor alchemy?
How much the thing that we took off of their waist, so we can help them even it out?
That would require you to have one of the urns to. You would have to lift it up to figure out how to kind of judge how heavy it is compared to the
good
pack.
night,
All right, Mike. I'll see you later.
Night, Mark.
So are you? How much longer would you guys like to play tonight? Which should be my first question.
I'm probably keep going. I don't have anything to do tomorrow.
Okay.
I can't really stay much later, unfortunately. I just saw the time too.
Well, I'll tell you what.
To be the killjoy here.
No worries.
I can stay a little bit longer, but not much longer. If you
let's
wrap it up.
You want to see what happens next?
Let's say that this is we're coming up on the end, so you guys get one more thing each that you get to do before we end for tonight.
All right. Well, Zito's gonna use minor alchemy on the bag of sand. He's gonna turn it into a heavy metal, like gold.
Okay. How much gold are we talking here?
The entire weight of the sand is gonna be turned into gold. So hopefully that'll be enough for it to keep the pedestal down.
Okay. Well, you won't know until you try it.
Yep, I'm gonna try it. It's gonna take 10 minutes to do.
Okay. So for 10 minutes, Zito is working on this item. What are the rest of you doing? I see
I'm
most of
healing
you.
people up.
I see most of you have left the chamber. What about you, Eli?
I'm waiting for Zito to figure out what he's gonna do because I'm about to grab another one.
Okay, well, it takes 10 minutes for him to do what his thing is. So if he didn't communicate with you, you're just kind of standing next to the pedestal, nervously tapping your foot while looking at Zito, trying to figure out what he's doing.
Tari is also leaving the chamber.
I figured as much.
Thanks.
So the rest of the group is sort of with wide-eyed staring at all of you going, let's go, let's go, let's go, as Zito is trying to figure out his thing. Eli is standing next to one of the pedestals, his hands touching the side of the urn, looking at it, looking back at Zito.
Alright. So if nothing else happens between that and when Zito finishes casting his spell, does it work?
You'd have to try it. You have to put the sand on it.
That's what Zito is doing. Is he's like kind of
so you pulled
the bag of sand.
You pulled
on
the bag
pedestal.
of sand out, and then you did what you did to it.
Yes, I'm kind of like holding it down onto the pedestal.
So
and then when I'm done, Zito's gonna remove
did
his
you
weight.
pull your pack off to do that?
Yes, I had to.
Okay, when you pulled your pack off, the little thing popped back up. The door's about to close.
Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Just to let you know, I did the conversion real fast. 1 pound of sand is the equivalent of about 12 pounds of gold.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will say that you're able to, for all intents and purposes, and not to get all weird about actions and what you did, what you didn't do, you're able to transfer that bag of sand onto that pedestal and pull your pack off without having to worry about letting that depression come up again. So now there is a bag of sand, which is now a bag of gold. Or just a big block of gold.
Now Eli wants that even more.
No, I don't need that.
Then
Zito runs out of the
Zito's
chamber.
gonna put his bag on and he's gonna leave. He can't do that again.
What are you gonna do, Eli?
I'm gonna cast haste on myself,
Okay.
and you're
Get
gonna
out of
like
there,
this.
Ari.
Because I can take 2 actions before you can go.
Well, in that case, let's roll initiative.
What do you mean?
Auri and Eli roll initiative if that's what you're doing.
No.
Yes.
Well,
If you're
no,
casting
I'm
that on your if you're casting that on yourself.
casting one of my. No, I'm gonna let her out of the room first.
Okay, so you tell her, "Hey, I'm doing something."
Yeah.
Okay. So Auri leaves the room. You cast it on yourself. Roll initiative. Alrighty. You now have 2 actions.
I'm gonna grab the pedestal and
Okay.
cast Misty Step
Okay.
out of the room.
Oh, you're grabbing the whole pedestal or just the urn?
Just the urn. And
Okay.
boom.
Okay.
Before the trap can go off. Before the trap can go off. Bye. And the door closes.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because make a dexterity save.
It doesn't go off until I act.
Yes, but it goes off before you act. Actually, it goes off at the exact same time you acted. It had the same initiative.
But I'm saying I can't have how is that possible? If I go so and because
there's
haste allows me 2 actions because I'm faster than everybody else.
Right, but the door is going at the same time that you're going. So essentially, you still have to make a dexterity save to get free of the door. But if you're taking Misty Step, I will allow it and say that you're able to get through before the door closes.
Because I only have to see it. If the door's even halfway closed, I can.
Correct. The door is moving. If you were just running towards the door, then you would have to make that dexterity.
Oh, okay.
But because
that's why I was a little confused
because
because I was
that's
like,
okay.
I mean,
I was just trying to add that sense of urgency to you.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, no, that's why I Misty stepped out of the room.
That's why I said let's roll
here,
initiative.
You know what? Here we go. 14.
Eli dies. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So with a poof, Eli was standing in front of the pedestal. He grabbed the other urn. He has it in his arms. And he suddenly appears before his friends just as the door slams shut. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
I would just like to notate that as everybody came out of the room coughing and gagging, I was dying laughing.
Actually, Kevin, you do great recaps. You should do the recap.
I don't know what happened last time.
Okay.
But if you'd like, I can go for it.
Go for it.
All right. And does this group have a specific name like we do with the Kaiji?
I don't think they've chosen a name for themselves.
Very well. Last time on Dungeons and Dragons, Zito found out something secret about a party member. Ender was invited to the prom. Lathana was jealous, but Gunthral, he knows something that the rest do not. Eli has found out he has a serious medical condition, and Ari holds the secret to it all. Find out this week on Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Yay!
Clap, 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 clap.
That was pretty epic.
I liked it.